Oh man, it's your big brother K-Rino, Friday Night Live. Once again, thanking Allah for the blessing of being here. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody who celebrating or practicing Ramadan. Um, and even if you're not, much love to you. I'm getting on a little earlier than normal, and we got a few things we want to discuss. As y'all saw in the title, the three P's that I laid out: podcast, promotion, and plagiarism. And we're going to touch a little bit on all of that. I just want to give people a little time to come in because it's some real important things that we got going on, some cool stuff going on. It ain't like it's just no uh, detrimental things going on like that, but that I'm talking about tonight. But also, I would like to get into some of the things that are going on and that we got popping. So, without further ado, um, the promo side. We'll take care of the promo side, and I'll touch on that earlier, and then we'll come back as we get a few more people to come into the room, inshallah. Um, Event coming up in a couple of weeks on the 20th of April. All my fans and all our supporters in Colorado and Denver, Colorado Springs, in that area, we'll be back out that way. We'll be back in Colorado Springs. We being me and my brother Point Blank from South Park Coalition, we'll be doing a meet and greet / pop-up shop um, in Colorado Springs. And the information, I'll put it up a little bit later on as we go into the live. I'll put it up so y'all will know exactly where we're gonna be at. But everybody in that area, anybody in surrounding areas, y'all make sure to be there. We're gonna start pretty early to be at noon because we got some other business to take care of while we're out there. But we want to make sure that while we're in Colorado Springs, anybody who may want to get in touch with us while we're out there, come hang out with us, or come to the meet and greet, will be able to do that. Miss Lever and Telequacker and Trulia Monroe, I see y'all sliding in, and Miss Monroe, I'll be getting at you. For sure, indeed. We put this work in. See my homie Deep Elevation in Miami, Florida's in the building. But yeah, so that's what's coming up on April the 20th. April the 20th, we will be in Colorado Springs, Colorado, me and my brother, Point Blank. And we want to see y'all there as well. I'll put the information here in the chat. Y'all hold on, man. A little slow. Man. Hold on, one more thing. And I'll put it in periodically as we chop it up. But there's some other things I'm forgetting. Oh, the Underground Dialogue podcast, we just shot a very important episode last night, in my opinion. We're talking about y'all can't see this. It's a serious glare. I got the light on tonight. But the Underground Dialogue podcast, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to that as well. The new episode will be dropping next week. And we calling it the Stream Scheme. Because we talk about streaming and how the streaming revenue is robbing the artists. Artists are not making any money off of streams. So we brought in a man who knows a little bit about that, and he educated us on a few things. And we had a pretty good conversation. Y'all be ready for that. Last but not least, I just became the second half of another podcast that I'm doing with the homie DJ Rec, who y'all may be familiar with, coming into the chat sometimes. DJ Rec comes in here with us sometimes. And we just started a sports podcast. And the first episode of our sports podcast actually aired today. And the sports podcast is called Legends 34. It's called Legends 34. So when y'all get through watching this one, go to Legends 34 podcast and check out our first episode, man. We would love to have y'all support. You know, those of y'all who are sports fans, because we want engagement. We want to make sure that the people who come and rock with us are gonna be regulars. We want to make y'all part of the family, just like y'all are on this channel. All of the names that I see that come on here every week, man, you know, I would say about 90% of y'all are regulars that always support and always show love to your big brother. So we want to build that same kind of vibe over at the Legends 34 podcast and the Underground Dialogue podcast. So I got a lot of podcasting going on. If you want to call this what I'm doing now, one, I don't know. I just, you know, I do my weekly lives, but some people may refer to it as a podcast. Reading the home in Miami, Florida, he said every job in the world is messing over their employees. Yeah, you know, then that's just talking about like with the streaming. Yeah, you know, and I don't want to give away too much of what we talked about before the show drops, but yeah, you're absolutely right. You're on top of it. You know, these jobs are plantations, modern day plantations, and we're modern day slaves working on these plantations because no matter what, no matter how much work you do, the compensation more times than not does not match the work. So you're putting in all this time, you're putting in all these years only to be in a situation where whenever they decide they want to replace you, they'll replace you. I know it may be people in this chat right now that have worked on a job and gave all this loyalty and time and dedication to this particular company, only for them to just cut you off like it wasn't nothing, and have no remorse about it. Your time means nothing. See, these jobs are like they're like when you're renting from somebody, you're renting an apartment or renting a house or something like that. You can live in that same apartment for 15 years, pay your rent on time every month for 15 years straight. But the first month you don't get it in on time, or you're struggling a little bit, you got eviction notice on your door. So your time, your previous time, and all of the time you put in doing right and paying your rent promptly every month, you don't build up any type of points on that. You don't build any equity on that. You know, you just, hey, too bad. It could be the same management. Could be the same management for the whole 15 years. They know you. So that's just how the world works. And when you transfer that over into what we were talking about with the music, the concept is the same. You could be on a major label, you could be on a record label, and no matter how many hits you deliver, no matter how many top selling records that you deliver, the second that you don't, they're gonna cut you loose. And it is a business. So you have to understand that coming in, it is a business. That's why you always have to have your business face on at all times, because if you make the mistake of thinking that there's love for you from these corporations, from these companies, from these record labels, when you make that mistake because you got caught up in what they was doing with you in the beginning, they was shaking your hand and patting you on the back when they wanted to sign you, when you were considered to be an asset. They flew out to meet you personally. It's just like recruiting in sports. The colleges fly all out to the high school players' house and meet their family and all that. It's not that they care anything about you. They don't even know you. They don't know you. They don't know your child to care about your child. They want what your child can do for them, for their university. See? But if your child tears his knee up, you're not gonna see that same amount of love and affection that they were showing in the beginning. If you're not dropping the hits like you once was, you're not gonna see that same type of love and affection like you once was. So you have to know that coming in, and no matter how much of a respectful or cordial business relationship that you have with a company, because you may be benefiting from them too, You may be, you may not be, but sometimes you might be saying, okay, yeah, I'm doing all right. But don't get happy. Don't get caught up in the world. You know, they're loyal to me. I'm different. They don't look at me the same. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. So when you look at all the money that's generated from streaming, I mean, if you just research it, just look it up and see how much is generated, not only from the streams themselves, but from the people who pay for subscriptions every month, all of that. And then you compare that to what the artists are getting. That's why I ask y'all, that's why I always ask y'all to keep buying my CDs. How crazy is that? I'm like, man, buy my music on CD, buy a physical copy, or go download it. Don't stream it. I mean, you stream it if you want to, but I'm saying when you stream it, go get a physical copy too. But the Legends 34 podcast that me and DJ Rec are doing, it will cover all sports. It will cover not all sports, but the majority of the major sports. National. We'll cover national conversations, but it will be centered more around Houston sports, and current Houston sports, and Houston sports history. But we will touch on national stuff as it comes up and comes available. So that's why we call it Legends 34. Because like I said in the song, Legendary 34s, Akeem, Earl, and Nolan. So we've had some great 34s in our sports history here in Houston. So the Legends 34 podcast, the first episode is already up, man. So y'all be sure to go check it out. It was something that I was having a conversation with one of my brothers today from the Nation of Islam, and he made me aware of a situation where somebody took one of the books that was written by the Nation of Islam, and this individual took the book and basically plucked out excerpts from the book, plucked out information from that book, and created his own book. And he said that in reading the other person's book and being familiar with the book he stole from, he could clearly see that this person gathered all of his information from that book. Do y'all remember when Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife, when she gave her speech? I think it might have been when Trump was first going into office as the president. The first lady gives the speech at some point, I guess, and they went back after hearing her speech, and somebody peeped it out how she had basically plagiarized Michelle Obama's entire speech. I mean, like, a lot of what she said was just verbatim. And the funny part was that, dude, when somebody does something on a grand scale, on a major scale like that, a major platform, if you have an inauguration, if you have a State of the Union address, if you have a Grammy Awards speech, if you win the Super Bowl and you're at the press conference after the Super Bowl, these are events that millions and millions of pairs of eyes are fixated on that individual, and everything that individual says is being filmed, recorded, and documented. So whenever Michelle Obama made her speech and said what she said, it still amazes me how people can think in their mind that, okay, I'll just say what she said and nobody will know that I stole it from her. That amazes me. Same in rap music. I would just take something that the most popular rapper said in the world that everybody knows he said, and then I'll just say it and act like it's mine. Act like I came up with it. And even worse, I'm going to act like the people are so stupid that they don't even realize that I took it. That's the unwise. But you also have people who will steal because they look at somebody else's work and they feel like, well, don't nobody really know them. They're not popular yet. So I can take his stuff and nobody will really know that I took it from him. And that's just another form of snakery too. Because if you blow up off of somebody who is not known and you take their stuff and you win with it, you know, what kind of integrity do you have? You have no integrity to do that. So the individual who took the excerpts from the book and tried to claim it as his own, it just got me to thinking about all forms of plagiarism and how important it is to be careful with who you share your ideas with. Now, the crazy part about it is I've talked about this from time to time about being careful with who you share your ideas with and not giving up too much of what you got going on to the wrong people or to certain people. But these days, man, people are so desperate. People are so desperate to succeed that they stealing stuff that's, like I said, blatantly out in the open, like nobody would know. And I come from a time where, and I thank God for the time that I come from. I come from a time where, man, not only was it an unwritten law, a violation of the highest order to steal somebody else's lyrics, to steal somebody else's work. That was like a violation of the highest order. You were just like the lowest of the low. I come from that era where the public scrutiny would be so intense against you for stealing somebody's raps, stealing somebody's beats. And here's the thing about it. You would not only get vilified for stealing somebody else's actual lyrics back in the days, you would get vilified if you stole somebody's style, just the style that they rap, the way they rap. You could be saying your own words, but you're using their pattern, you're using their flow, you're using their cadence, and you'll get vilified for that. So the artist had pride in like, oh man, I don't want to rap like he rap. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm not trying to rap like he rap or she rap. We took pride in not sounding like nobody else. And if somebody did even make a mention that you kind of remind them of this, or you kind of sound like that, we took offense to that. I know I did. I still kind of do. I've toned down in my older age to where I don't take it so harshly now, because I understand people don't mean any harm by it. In some cases, they even feel like they're giving you a compliment. They don't know that you don't take it that as a compliment, but I understand the place that it's coming from. So even to this day, somebody may say, well, oh, man, you're like the such and such of the South. I'm like, hey, man, I understand where you're coming from, but because to say that I'm this rapper of the South or that rapper of the South or that, you know, you put me in a box. You put me in a box. And you're still undervaluing me. What you mean you undervalue? I'm undervaluing you. I said you're this guy of the South. Well, no disrespect to whoever you compare me to, but by you saying I'm the him of the South, that means that you're still saying, well, he's the standard and you're the him of the South. He's the plaque on the wall that you're just a version of him down here. That's no. I'm the me of the universe. I'm not nobody of the South. I'm not the nobody of the nowhere. I'm the me of the everywhere. But I understand why people say that. But when you take pride in yourself as an artist, when you take pride in your own identity and pride in your own originality, you know, you like I say, you take a little offense to that. I respect everybody. Y'all know that. I've been heavily influenced by a lot of the greats that came before me. I always pay homage and respect, but don't say I'm the him of the South. No. Don't say that to me. You know. Because again, I come from an era where we prided ourselves on being original, where we prided ourselves on doing something different. That's nobody like you. There's nobody like her in what you do. And it ain't nobody like me in what I do. I'm a semi-historian of the game, and I'm not a historian of the game because I studied it so much. I'm a historian because I've lived through much of it. I've seen the eras, just living through the eras. Not that I just studied it, read on it, researched it and all that. I just lived through the eras. And I know that by living through the eras, yeah, you know, you got a lot of lyrical guys who pretty much subscribe to a certain lyrical template in terms of wordplay and the usage of words and connecting words and all that. A lot of rappers do that. And they are godfathers of that innovation. But I also know don't nobody rap like me. And I'm not saying that from a bragging standpoint. I'm just thinking about my content, the types of things that I will say in a rap. Don't nobody rap like me. But don't nobody rap like that guy. Don't nobody rap like that guy. I'm not bragging. I'm saying I'm one of one in a box of my own, in a category of my own. So to compare me to somebody else, it means that you're not listening. You're really not listening because you're not really understanding. You would know you would see the differences. You could pick out similarities in any artist that subscribe to a certain, you know, if you say this guy, if you say you take 10 lyricists, you take whoever you say are the best 10 lyricists in rap, and you could find great similarities in all of them. You say, okay, yeah, see, he did that. Yeah, he did it too. He did it too. He did it too. I did it too. He did it too. You can find that. But when you really listen, You will also be able to see, if you really listen, you will be able to detect distinguishable characteristics. You will be able to distinguish between, okay, well, yeah, they all kind of do this, but don't nobody do that. The way he does that, the way that she does that, don't nobody do that. He's the only one that does that. But that's only if you listen. So we get mad when you try to call us, when you compare us to, and you can put us in a category together. That's cool. I mean, yeah, I love the great lyricists, all the great lyricists. But don't call me the nobody of the nobody. Boy, you like the such and such of the South. You the such and such of Houston, man. No, I'm not. But what kind of person do you have to be when you, first of all, take somebody else's work, right? You outwardly, openly stole somebody else's work, and you actually put it out before the world and before the public to present it as if it's your work. Like you came up with this. So you stole it, strike one. You released it to the world, strike two. As if it was yours. You released it to the world as if it was yours, strike two. Strike three. You didn't even give credit to where you got it from. I learned coming up in music, coming up in sports, that I didn't know this when I was young. You know, you hear artists and you just, oh man, you just great because he's great. You see a football player or a basketball player and say, oh, he's just great because he's great, because you're young. Not thinking that, okay, whoever this great person is in whatever field that they're in, they had to be inspired and influenced by somebody else. I can't play basketball unless I saw somebody else playing it. I didn't just wake up and just magically start playing basketball and I just got real good, but I've never seen nobody play basketball before. I had to have laid my eyes on somebody that was like, ooh, who is that? Wow. Ooh, he's nice. I had to see somebody in my neighborhood, somebody on TV in the NBA, and whoever I saw that motivated me, they saw somebody that motivated them. And on and further and farther back. All you gotta do is watch the interviews. So when I see somebody like Prince playing the guitar, doing his thing, I'm looking at it like, wow, Prince is just a great artist. But then you find out later, well, you know, no, Prince really was influenced by Jimi Hendrix. Prince loved Jimi Hendrix. So then you listen to Jimmy and you be like, oh, okay, I kind of see it. Prince he liked Sly and the Family Stone. Oh, I hear it. Everybody's influenced by somebody, but the greats eventually morph into their own self. They morph into who they really are and who they really are going to be. And that's the goal. You take the inspiration and mold it into your own original form of originality. So Ali had to see somebody that he looked up to. We just see Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. Ooh, Muhammad Ali. Boy, you know, he's the greatest of all time. But if you ask Muhammad Ali, he gonna tell you about Sugar Ray Robinson. Everybody got somebody. But the point that I'm making, going back to the dude who stole information and put it out in the book, who, when you are influenced by somebody, and you are, give them credit. Give them credit. You're not fooling nobody. You're not gonna make us believe that you just this magical specimen that just naturally and innately are just the most original. And no, somebody influenced you. Give them that credit, man, before somebody finds out and they go back into history and say, wait a minute, oh, this who you was trying to sound like. Oh, I see now. When they set you down on a couch and interview you and they ask you, well, who are some of the people that you, oh man, I never really listened to nobody. I just kind of got it on my own. No, you not. You a lie. You didn't get it on your own. You didn't get nothing on your own. First of all, give God the credit. Then give whoever you saw and was influenced by, give them the credit, because you know you took something from them. And it cleanses you, it purifies you to not be a snake, to act like you did all this on your own. I see my brother Pee Wee is in the building. He summed it up perfectly. He says, you just use inspiration to motivate your own agendas. Yeah, become you. Brina Aquafina. I always love when she's in here. What's up, Brina? Joshua says, be a humble beast and always pay respect to what made you. Pay respect to what made you. It's all right to give people credit, man. It's actually a testament to your character. It shows what kind of character that you have or don't have based on what you do. Because picture somebody just patting you on the back and just praising you. Oh, boy, hey, boy, you cold. Boy, you nice. Ooh, boy, I'm telling you, man, you a bad dude, man. And in your mind, you know that whatever they're praising you for, it was based around something that you got from somebody else. But you won't even say it. Well, hey, man, well, I appreciate y'all. Give me the mic. Hey, I thank y'all for all the love, but I just got to keep it real. That piece that y'all heard me do, that was inspired by this guy from my old neighborhood, man, who used to always tell us these stories. You know, shout out to, man, OG Johnny, man. I appreciate you, man. Give credit where it's due. Because OG Johnny sitting at home looking at you like this, like, this fool actually taking credit. He know he got that from me. That's why some of y'all cats can't go back to your old neighborhood no more. Can't go back to your neighborhood no more. Stealing. And the game is so saturated and congested that it becomes a rat race in people's minds, to where people don't even care about stealing no more. They just take your stuff, man. It's like, it's desperation. It's like the Wild Wild West. It's like they got to get it by any means. They don't even care about how you matter. As a matter of fact, they are going around looking for something to steal, surfing the internet, going through YouTube. See, it's like an open market nowadays, because back in the days, the only way you could steal, you got to hear somebody on the radio. You gotta be at a show and hear somebody doing something, and I like that. Let me write that down. Somebody gotta play somebody's tape, or somebody send you a tape. You a big time rapper, and they send you a tape trying to get put on, and instead of putting them on, you take their ideas and then you put them on your project. Nowadays, it's a whole lot different, because the internet has made it possible literally for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of artists in all different fields, to just present their work openly before the whole world in a vulnerable state where somebody can just, it could be, look, I always say you don't know who is checking out your stuff. The biggest artists in the world sold hundreds of millions of records on the radio every day, on TV every day, international superstar, multi-million-dollar. They could be sitting at home at 2 a.m. in a mansion scrolling YouTube and come across your song that ain't got but 132 views in 8 months. And they like, ooh, I like that. Nobody knows this person. Look, he got 100 and something views in 8 months. I can take this and make my thing. I can get it out quicker. Pop it off. Now, they might reach out to you, because one thing about it, when somebody done heard and took your stuff. One thing, an artist knows. An artist knows. That's why the comedy game is so up in arms right now. The comics is beefing harder than the comedians these days, because a lot of beef has been circulating, and a lot of problems have been circulating in the comedy world behind joke stealing. If you look at all the comics that are going at each other right now, one of the main things outside of the conversations about certain comics who sold their soul to Hollywood and all that, is that, and it's joke stealing. And for a comic to plagiarize a comic's jokes, that hits worse. That hits harder on a comic than it does for somebody to plagiarize my lyrics or something along those lines. You know why? Because as a songwriter, I can make a song and somebody can actually do a cover of my song. They can do a remake of my song, and they may do well with it, but I can still perform my song. I can still go on the road and sing my song, whatever. The problem is, if I'm a comedian and you steal my joke. See, the thing about a joke is this. A joke is not like a hit record. See, Frankie Beverly and Maze can sing Joy and Pain for 50 years because they've been doing it. Al Green can sing Love and Happiness for 50 years. He probably can't count how many times he's sung that song. He could sing it over and over and over again. He can come to the same city 1,000 times and sing that song again to the same people. A comedian can't come back every year and tell the same jokes. We heard the joke already. It's not like a song. So I can't come back 6 months later and I already said the jokes that I said and do the same set that I did 6 months ago. It's a pressure on a comedian to always be coming up with new material. Brina says nothing is original. It's like we live around. I was about 98.8% of content is not original these days. So it's more sensitive on the comic side because, dude, I'm working hard to create these jokes, and I'm working in a little comedy club. I'm in a small little venue. I'm trying to come up. You already a big time name, and you post it up in the back at the comedy club. You in the back like this. You already Hollywood. You in the back like this. But secretly, you snatching people's jokes, man. And then you take them on the bigger platforms. You take them on the Tonight Show, or you take them on, you do a comedy special on HBO and use my joke. Plagiarism, man. Thievery. Roderick says it's only good for 1 or 2 times for joke. Yeah. That's why comedians, when you go to a comedy show, they make sure that they announce at the comedy show, tell you, hey, man, don't be recording. Turn your phone off. If we catch you recording, we putting you up out of here. Because if I do a comedy show in Houston tonight, and then I got to go to Dallas tomorrow night, but you in there recording my set for tonight, by the time I get to Dallas, you done already uploaded my show on YouTube. The people done saw it already, and now they might not even come. I'm glad Jake Allen mentioned what he just mentioned. That's what I was forgetting. The new video, when I was in the promo phase, we just dropped a new video to the 7-Hour Block album from the single Cutthroat. So y'all make sure that y'all go over to the 11th Hour Entertainment channel and check out the Cutthroat video. I just put it on the thing. 11th Hour Entertainment. Tragic did a great job on that video, as he did on the Lord Savers video. So the video is out. So y'all, it's a lot of places y'all need to go. Y'all need to go to the 11th Hour Entertainment channel on YouTube and check out the new Cutthroat video from your big brother in Tragic. You need to go to Legends 34 Podcast and check out our first episode. Me and the homie DJ Rec TV. Y'all need to go and check it out, especially if you're a sports fan, especially if you're a Houston sports fan. But even if you're not a Houston sports fan, and you're a sports fan, you'll still get a lot out of the conversation that we had. And we got a lot more that's coming. And of course, the Underground Dialogue podcast, which y'all can't see because it's a glare. I got the light, but Underground Dialogue, there it is, Underground Dialogue podcast right here on YouTube. So y'all got a lot of homework, man. Y'all got a lot of homework. I'm gonna read y'all comments and seeing what y'all got to add to this conversation tonight. Roger says, if they ain't stealing, they using AI. I think that's the next level. Yeah. Because it's becoming such a struggle for artists to come up with new, fresh, original content. And like Brina said, nobody even trying to do it no more. That they will, if they haven't already, they're gonna start using AI to just do this, lay back and let AI put it together. Let me go ahead, AI, make me a verse. And if they're not doing that already, because I can't prove it, I don't know. But all that falls in the same category because, man, I ain't letting no artificial intelligence create no content for me. It's already telling you that the intelligence is artificial. The computer can't outthink me. This is the computer. I have the best made and manufactured computer. The computer that you have in your skull is equipped with way more features and way more abilities than the computer that was created by someone else, that came out of somebody else's bigger computer. So I don't need no AI to make no lyrics for me. I don't need no AI to give me no concepts. I don't need none of that. But it's getting so desperate out here that, hey, people doing what they feel like they got to do. Lance Walton says, George Lopez says it's not stealing, it's permanently borrowing. Michelle Wood says, even on Instagram and Facebook, internet, they take your pictures, people artwork. Yeah, fake profile. See, that's the part that I didn't even get into. People just stealing your image. It's not about just taking your content or stealing some bars from you. People will look at you and steal your look. People will steal your image. People will, where you think the whole concept of catfishing came from. They made a whole TV show based off of that, based off of people getting online and they'll use a profile picture of somebody they don't even know. You done took a profile picture of somebody in Kansas City and you live in California and you pop that picture in there like it's you, and then you got somebody in Mississippi, y'all in a full-on relationship. Because he's looking at the picture like, ooh, yeah, she's beautiful. And all of a sudden, more pressure's applied for y'all to finally meet up, and then now you got to meet up and find out that that's not who it is. She don't even know the person who picture she used or he used, because dudes be catfishing too. And it's all rooted in low self-esteem. It's all rooted in having no confidence in yourself, no belief in yourself. But yeah, people will steal your whole persona. Like they steal your swag. I'm still reading what y'all say. Just reading what y'all saying, man. And Michelle, see, I remember you told me that somebody you was working with just stole your whole idea, man, stole your whole thing. That's why you got to be real careful with who you even share your ideas and stuff with. I remember this how serious it was back in the days. I was at a talent show. This how long ago it was, back when they had talent shows. I was performing in this talent show. It's like back in probably like in 1986. I was performing at this talent show, right? So before we went on stage, everybody who was on the show was in this little backstage area. All the performers was just back there, right? So the competition and the tension was so high that everybody kind of was in their own little pockets in the room to themselves. It wasn't no intermingling and fraternizing like it would be today. You know, you come in there, you see everybody cool, everybody's love. Back then, it was like, I don't know you, I don't like you, and I'm ready to battle you or go at you at any moment. So I never will forget, I was walking into the room. I came into the room, and when I walked in the room, it was some guys going over their routine, I guess. They was in that kind of just going over their routine among themselves, about three guys. And I had just walked in, so I hear them. And as I hear them, I just naturally like look over to where they was at, just because I hear the noise. I'm like, okay, somebody over there. And we made eye contact, and they were just like, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. They just stopped. They told you, stop. He looking. Like, don't say nothing else because he might try to steal our stuff. Now, I wasn't going to try to steal it, but that just speaks to the mindset that existed back then. The mindset that existed back then was like, hey, man, I'm not even taking no chances. So that, but we have to really be like that now because, man, you can't even see. Back in the days, you would try to meet your favorite rapper, your favorite artist, and listen to my tape, listen to my demo. Come on, man, just check me out. Just check me out. And you would either give it to them, hoping that whenever they left, they would listen to it and give you this great call back, like, hey, I want to sign you. We didn't know the game. Or you would hope that they would just listen to it on the spot with you. But they didn't want to listen to your stuff. They didn't have time, or they didn't look at you or take you seriously. But there was some that would listen because they trying to get ideas. Got to be careful where you place your treasures at. See, it's just like telling people your business. Can't tell everybody what you're going through and what's happening in your life. You can't let as time goes on and you start to have a real grip and grasp on who your real friends are, who your trustworthy family members are. As time goes on and you get older, you know who to tell stuff to and who not to. Don't tell cousin Shelly that, because you know you tell Shelly, she gonna tell the whole family, and don't just keep that to yourself. You're like, yeah, you're right. You can't even tell certain people that y'all planning a surprise party for somebody else in the family. Something simple. They'll still spill the beans. So you learn who not to share certain information with as time goes on because you get burned by that. It's a life lesson. Michelle says, and he, meaning the person who stole from her, and he had the nerve to say he needed my information to help someone with my knowledge who had cancer, which had nothing to do with my information. Yeah, no, people got a lot of nerve now. People got a lot of nerve. It's amazing. Alyssa says, fool me once. We all know the rest of that, the back end of that. Yeah, Joshua, you got to keep your ideas in your mind. Who is the realist in Casanova, Mike? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. You say, are they still in Tupac's persona or style? I don't even know who that is. I got to get educated. Big Rick says AI can't think like an intellectual thinking. Yeah. Low Green says, I've been writing for a very long time. I can see and hear automation. Ungrateful Ninja says AI rapper is next. They already got AI rapper. They already got that. They got AI of Tupac and Jay-Z and different. They already playing with that and tampering with, just try to see, experimenting with that. They already doing that. What is the difference between stealing and what's the word I want to use? And using. Because there's a difference if I reference, like if I'm writing a book or if I'm making a video. See, because content, look at content on YouTube. There are people who use there are people whose whole channels are based off of other people's content. And in some cases, I'm assuming they create their channels like that because they're unable to, I guess, sustain or have a channel that can run off the power of their own originality and creativity, right? So you see multiple channels that every video they post is about this guy's content, that guy's content. They'll like come in the form of reviewing it or reacting to it. But like every day, your videos are that person's content. So you know that if you put that person's name in the title, then the algorithm is gonna catch it and all these different things. And if that works for you, who am I, man? But it's just something in me, man. I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. I guess that's the rapper in me. The rapper in me is like, man, I got to figure out a way to do it myself. I got to do it I got to be me. And some of those channels are successful, like they popping, like, so I ain't hating on them. It's just like, it just ain't something I would do. Lady Trill, what's the best podcast out? What you talking about? What podcast is the best podcast out? Did I see the lyric video we made for Bet? No, I ain't know y'all did a lyric video on Betting on Me. I need to see it. It's on YouTube, huh? I'm gonna check it out when I get off. G Money never ends. He said, writing down jokes in the back of the comedy club is wild. Yeah, but you know that look, man, the world is a rat race. People stealing ideas at the job. I was watching this TV show where this lady, she was trying to become an attorney, but she wasn't an attorney yet. So they were making her go get the coffee and the donuts and all that and bring it to the room where the real attorneys was trying to come up with ways to fight this case. And as she was giving the coffee to one of the real attorneys, she suggested something like, well, did y'all ever think about checking out the case of 19 such and such versus such and such? And then he was kind of playing it off like, nah. And then he went right in the room and said what she said and got the credit for it. So that's what I mean. It's like, you got y'all, look, be careful. Just listen to your big brother. Don't just be willy-nilly telling everything that's on your mind to people. Because people close to you will steal your ideas, will take your stuff. People close to you will do it. See? People that you thought was friends and family will take your stuff, take your ideas. I see my homie JD is up in this thing, like a Timmy Chan chicken wing. Y'all go subscribe to Legends 34 podcast. Go do that right now. And then go to 11th Hour Entertainment on YouTube and check out the Cutthroat video. Roger say, I only steal memes on Facebook. People get mad when you steal memes. I'm not counting the memes but I have seen comments where people would get upset because somebody reposted a meme or something like. I'm like, come on, y'all taking it too serious now, man. Come on, man. Joshua says the most original folks I've met don't care when their stuff is taken. They just make more. I mean, and yeah, of course, I get that. Yeah, you know, but I think that number represents only a small percentage of the people who don't care. Because I know a lot of great artists and people who do, they be mad when people steal their stuff. And they don't get mad because they can't make up more stuff. They get mad because of someone violating what they believe to be the integrity of the game. That's why I would be mad. I wouldn't be worried about, well, man, it took me a long time to come up with that, man. I got to come up with some. Nah, I ain't worried about that. It's just looking at them like, dude, you don't have any pride. You are shamelessly stealing. It's almost disappointing. You know what I'm saying, John? It's like it's disappointing. It's like, dude, you're just like me. You have the capacity to be great in your own way if you find your greatness. You got to find, you're responsible. I'm not responsible for finding your greatness. You're responsible. I'm not responsible for nurturing and developing your greatness even after you find it. That's on you. I'm over here crafting mine, honing mine, right? So I'm not responsible for that, man. So it's more like a disappointment when I look like, dude, you got God-given gifts just like me. You sitting around trying to figure out some way you can jack somebody else's stuff, man. And for those that know, you know, you're not gonna ever get any real credit for it because there's people that know. It's like, I know where you got that from. See, respect is the thing that takes you far into this thing. Respect goes a lot further than fake accolades, than the acceptance of artificial accolades or undeserved accolades that people will kind of bathe in for a little while. People will bathe in that for a little while because I told y'all the story. Some of y'all might have been in here when I told the story about we did a show one time. We opened up for Zap. And how many of my old school people in here know who Zap is? If you know who Zap is, Just hit me with a yes or something if you know who Zap is. Yeah, Roger Troutman, Zap. Yeah, he got some old school people in it. One year, man, we had a show. We was opening up for Zap, and I told the story before. And while we was backstage, you know, a few people were coming in the back or whatever. And this one guy, he was dressed real flamboyant, you know, older guy. And somebody mistakenly, they mistook him for one of the members of Zap. So they walked right up on, oh man, I'm a big fan, man. I love Zap. And la, 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 la. Can I get a picture? And this dude was taking pictures, man, posing, leaning in, hugging the ladies, like knowing good and well he wasn't in Zap. Zap wasn't even there yet. Ah. And I just remember me and Rapper K were just laughing. Cause we looked at each other like, I mean, he got 4 or 5 people behind him. He out in the front. He was just soaking it up. But I ain't no hater. Me and my boys, we don't hate. So we was like, hey man, let him eat, man. Let the man eat. This might have been his only moment in life to feel like he's somebody. Far be it from me to snatch the covers off of him, man. But I got, boy, we got us a good laugh though. Because every time, because all it takes is for one person to approach you as if you're somebody, and the people around, even if they don't know who the hell you are, they never heard of you, they're going to say, oh, well, I want to get a picture too. That's happened to me. That's happened to me. LW, you know I'm looking at the TV. You know I'm looking at the college, the women's college game. So, yeah, you know, Lady Trill, you know, I get asked a lot why I always peek over to the left. And it's a good game too, y'all. Great game. I mean, it's like really good. Now that I'm looking at this score, it's like it's going down good. 10 seconds left. Iowa up 70-69 against UConn. UConn got the ball down by 1, 10 seconds left. Trip to the championship game on the line. I'm going to do the play-by-play for y'all. I'm glad you said that, LW, because I had kind of lost my track of watching the game. Okay, UConn got the ball, y'all. 9 seconds left, 8 seconds left. They run a play, dribbling up top, pass the ball. Oh! They made a call, man. You do not make no bogus call with the game on the line, man. Wow. What did they call? Hold on, I'm trying to see what they call. They called an illegal screen. They called an illegal screen. Man, you don't make that call in the championship game on the line. Wow. That's going to be controversial. Anyway, but back to my point. That man was soaking it up. He was soaking it up like syrup into a biscuit. But hey, have at it. But what I was saying is that I've been places where somebody will recognize me and ask to take a picture, but it'll be people that they don't have a clue of who I am. And they'll say, well, can I get a picture? And I'll be okay, cool. Because they just feel like if you are somebody, I want to make sure that I get a piece of it too. So people was walking up on that dude wanting to take a picture just because they saw other people. And it was like a snowball effect. But I don't do that, man. I don't do that at all. Now look, they'll still have a chance, y'all. if they can foul quick, they got to foul quick, which they did. If she make both of these free throws, they'll be down by 3. They'll still have a chance at least tied up. Yeah. Man, Doug, I told you, man, we never beat the Warriors, bro. It don't matter how bad the Warriors are. We number 11, they number 10. They not much better record-wise than them, but for some reason, we don't ever beat them, ever, never. It's like a breath of fresh air when they see the Rockets on the schedule. But let me stay on topic. How many of y'all have already subscribed to the Legends 34 podcast, man? Y'all can do it now. Subscribe to the Legends 34 podcast. Check out the first episode. Y'all see DJ Rec in the chat right now. That's my partner in crime on the podcast. Yeah. But yeah, man. Also to everybody in the Colorado area, Point Blank and myself will be in Colorado Springs April the 20th. I'll make a video promoting where we'll be at. We'll be doing a meet and greet and pop-up shop April the 20th in Colorado Springs. It's not live, Mike Sherry. It's not live. It's pre-recorded, but go check us out. Speak that into existence. 01Q2. He said Elijah Wan gonna drop in. Or you asking, is he gonna drop in? That'd be like, that's bucket list right there, man. That'd be great. How'd they get the ball back? What did I miss? How'd they get the ball back? Wait a minute. How'd they get the ball back, man? This is weird, man. Oh, she missed the free throw. Okay, all right. It's over. It's over. Yeah. Caitlin Clark might get it done. Yeah. All right, man. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Drop y'all locations. I got some junk food calling my name. Drop your locations, man. I got some junk food calling my name. Ooh, they cheated. They wanted Caitlin Clark in that championship game, and they got it done. I wish I had a bean pie. If I had a bean pie, I wouldn't be calling it junk food. A bean pie ain't junk food. Trust me. That's health food right there. Let me shout y'all out, man. Joshua Stent is a San Diego underrated 1977 in Austin, Texas. Yeah, I just said it, LW. They wanted Caitlin Clark in that championship. They got her. They got her. Demetrius Russo is in Chicago. Alyssa is in H-Town. Okay, I won't forget to watch the Betting on Me lyric video. Mike Sherry's in Michigan. Murderpedia, Toketown, Wisconsin. Maddie Taylor's in Illinois. Y'all subscribe to the channel too. And everybody who haven't hit the like button, y'all hit that like button too. I'm back on my like campaign. No butter cake. You don't know what you're missing, Roger. Got to get your bean pie. Mr. Standout, Southeast H-Town. My brother JDSPC2G out there in Fort Worth, Texas. Roderick is an A-Leaf. Baritone Jones, Dallas, South Dallas. On my way to Houston to sell juice. What kind of juice you selling, man? Yep. Agbana Lewis, Beaumont, Texas in the building. Snoopy 713, Bel Air. H-Town representing hard tonight. H-Town representing hard tonight, man. I'll take a couple of questions before I go, man. Look at that. Big Rig, Northside H-Town. H-Town in the building tonight. H-Town representing. Gray Wolf is in Plateau, Alabama. Oh, you got the fruit juice and the sea moss. Everybody doing sea moss now, man, but everybody, they starting to talk. They're starting to say that all sea moss ain't the same, and the sea moss game getting like the rap game. Everybody, oh no, you ain't getting the right kind. See, you got to get the kind with the, you got to do the, what distinguishes your sea moss? Low Green says, how do I count a bar? I'm going to show you real quick. Watch how fast I teach you what a bar is. Let me see something real quick. Okay, you can't see. Let me do this. I'm going to teach you what a bar is real quick. See these lines on this paper? Low Green, you see these lines? Every line on this paper is a bar. Every line, all the way across. So that first line you say, that's a bar. The rhyming word is going to be at the end of this bar. That's where the rhyming word is going to hit. For that's one bar. Right up under that, the second bar, the word that rhymes with that is going to be about right there. That's your second bar. So you see I got four lines. Every line is a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go all the way down. Most people make a 16. Some people make a 12. So if I was walking down the street and I found some money, that's one bar. I looked up in the sky was sunny, that's 2 bars. I kept on walking, I saw a cat, that's 3 bars. The sun was beaming hard, so I put on my hat. That's 4 bars. 4 bars. Every line on this paper is a bar. That's how you know how many you got. So if you want to know if you got a 16, you just count your lines. Count your lines. That's simple. That's simple, man. Rap game 101. How I lose that mark I just had in my hand 2 seconds ago? Oh, here you go. You got it? Let me know if you got it. Also, if y'all haven't ordered the 7-hour block vinyl, make sure that you get your copy from South Park Coalition Site.net. Vinyl. Y'all see it? South Park Coalition Site.net. Order that vinyl. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lady Trill, I know you didn't. All hail the Warriors. They ain't funny. We don't like the Warriors in these parts. Heck no. Trying to be funny. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, see, heavily saturated and diluted these days. Purple sea moss. Yeah, yeah. See, everybody in the sea moss game, they talk about how this sea moss ain't good, that is, and that ain't, and this is that, and that is this, and yeah. What's up, Z Njiroko? Nijiroko? All good, man. Number love. Sorry for the delay. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side, man. Y'all remember everything I told y'all. It's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace and hair grease.